Morning, guys. How are you? Um, I figured that I would do a little haul that I have from yesterday and show you a couple of things that sold. I have four items that have sold. I'm only going to show you two and talk about those, and then go over some of my goal setting efforts. Still in the efforts stage, yeah. But anyway, so let me start off with some of my solds. All four of my sold items are a result of best offer acceptance. I traditionally have hated offers. I never used to use best offer feature. Obviously, Etsy doesn't offer a best offer feature. So when people would send me messages and say, oh, if you would take this, or would you accept this, or what's the lowest that you'll go, and whatever, it made me not, I hated it. And at some point, I just made a decision to, I think probably after watching Nicole State, I mean, tons of people have said this stuff before, and I think that that's the case with most things that we don't want to do. People tell you over and over again, and I'm sure that your mom will back me up on this, we don't listen to what they say, right? But then all of a sudden somebody else says it, maybe they say it in a different way, or it's just you finally heard it enough times and something clicks. So I started using Best Offer on eBay. And, of course, when you do that, if I am willing, okay, so I know how much I paid for an item. I try and think about fees. And, in my head, fees, I'm very non-exact about fees. So I just sort of, I'm like, it's probably about $5, I calculate whether or not I want to include shipping, which I usually will do only if it's a first-class mail item, or if, I don't know where my phone is, so I can't view chat today. I'm sorry about that. Oh, there it is. So if it's a first-class mail item, or if it's a really expensive item that I can put in a priority flat rate envelope, padded flat rate envelope, maybe then I'll include shipping. But, I take all that into consideration. How much money do I actually want to make? And then I bump the price up. So, I have room for somebody to send me a best offer. And part of that has been from experience of, people will send X amount. Sometimes I try to counter, sometimes I don't. And that usually depends on me knowing how much did I pay for this item? Am I going to be happy with that profit? So this first item that I got here, this is a really cool jacket. This is a Diesel jacket. This is the back of it. And it looks sort of like a Russian gymnast thing to me. I mean, I'm terrible with this kind of stuff, but Makwa Gym, that says Diesel in the sort of cursive stitching there. This is the front. And it is reversible. So when you open this up on the inside, and you can reverse it, but that's the back of the blue side. So this I got at a Salvation Army. So I probably, I would be surprised if I paid $7 or $8 for it. It was probably under $5. And I listed it yesterday or the day before. I think the day before. I put it at $69.99 after, looking at other comps. I didn't find this particular jacket, but I found other bomber jacket type things that were going for nice money. So I listed this at $69.99 or best offer. This morning I received a best offer at $50. I took it. They paid immediately, which never happens. So that's awesome. And the shipping on that, I just had it set to calculated, and so their shipping was like $10 or so. I'll probably be able to get that in a flat rate envelope nicely. When people pay a little more money, I try to be, a little better with the presentation. I'm never well, that's not true. I'm totally awful with presentation on some glass items because it's all about safety and cheap when it comes to shipping breakables for me. You start throwing pretty in there and it gets really expensive. So, but for clothing, I usually try and make it like a decent presentation. So, if I have to whatever, I'll figure it out. The second item I sold, this was an Etsy item, and it's hard to tell what this is. It's maybe it's not, look at that. It's totally awesome. It's got these great sleeves, right? And you can see it's like all shiny Lurex. It's amazing. It's like 70s or 80s, a little cropped, great for going out. And I had that listed at $28. I've had this thing for a while, so I don't remember what I paid for it. But again, it would have been $5 or under. Somebody sent me a message on Etsy yesterday and said, if you'll take $20 for this, I'll buy it right now. Not my favorite, presentation of the message, but I was like, sure. So I lowered the price to 20. I said, I've got that, adjusted for you. I'll leave it at that price until tomorrow. And they paid within a couple of hours. So I'm going to send that out today. The other two items that I sold, one is an American Apparel dress, which I'm not showing you because it's packed away, and it's a black dress. It's a long black sheath dress. It's beautiful. I forget how much I had it listed for. I accepted an offer of, I think, $18 on it. So yeah, and that one was paid for. I'm going to see if I can find how much it was. And again, I don't think that that was all that much money. The American Apparel dress, I know that when I looked up comps, it didn't go for as much as I hoped it would. I got it because it was just really pretty. And I got it at a Salvation Army, so it probably wasn't that bad. I had it listed for 24, so I accepted a best offer of 18. That was not bad. And then the last thing that I sold, I didn't think I was actually going to sell it. It is a sweatshirt of that says Trump Entertainment. So it's from Donald Trump's I forget which one of his pre-presidential businesses. And I purchased that before the election, and I've had that for a while. And with, I don't want to be political, but the way that things have been going, at least on Facebook with the people in my feed, it was starting to look even worse that anybody would want a Donald Trump sweatshirt. But somebody made me an offer for that. I can't even find this stupid thing at this point. So, but it sold for, God bless America. This is terrible. I'm sorry. It sold for $22. I think that was an offer that I accepted. They haven't paid for it yet, but it sold for $22. So I'm happy with that. I was going to actually just get rid of it. So I'm glad that this is the back of the sweatshirt. So, so I'm glad that that sold. So once they pay, I'll send that out. So those were my sold items. So accepting offers has been really good for me, and it's been the reason that I've made most of the sales that I've made in the past couple of weeks. So I'm happy about that. My listing has not been where I want it to be. I decided today that, everything's kind of a mess. So when I want to list something, I have to sort of shift some stuff around, and I have to, I don't have a lighting system, and I don't really have a place to put a lighting system right now. And I definitely don't have the space to put something and just leave it there permanently. So I would have to set it up and break it down every time I want to use it. And it's just too much. So I haven't been listing the way that I should. And I decided that today I have a bunch of listed inventory that I just need to put away. And I'm just going to focus on doing that, doing some laundry that I have to get done, and getting things more organized. I am chipping away at like this particular area and making it more manageable. But I have to keep working on that. So I'm just going to focus on that today and not worry about the listing. I always feel like if I'm not listing, that somehow I'm not working, and it's not always about simply listing, even though that's really what brings the money. But what does not bring the money directly anyway, is sourcing. And yet I keep doing it because I love it. So yesterday, Elvis is very chatty today, Bubba. I went to 2 thrift stores yesterday. I forgot all about these things. So I'm going to go through some of my little haul for you. What did I even get? I don't even know. Oh, okay. So one of the first things I got, I want to open this up and look at it. I started off selling on Instagram, and the Instagram community is very much into kitsch and cute little cutesy thing, whatever. So I picked these up. I haven't opened them yet. Yesterday was Thursday, so it was 25% off day. So they were $1.69 plus 25% off of that, whatever that is. These are some sort of playing cards. There's something else in the back of this. I don't know what this even is. Maybe it'll be worth $42,000. Probably not. I think this is a Pog. I don't know anything about Pogs except that one of my friends sells them a lot on Instagram, April. And this is from McDonald's, and I don't know what this thing even is. Oh, it's open. Spitfire, Nitroblast, Skylander, deal 40 damage to, I don't even have any idea what this all is. So like that's the back of the package. This was the front. This was in with the card. This is not why I bought this item, but this is what's in there. There's this round thingy. Download McPlay, scan your toy, unlock a game. I don't know, whatever. And then there's this weird little card thing, right? So I have to figure out what that is. I don't know. It might be nothing that I even care about. So, so that, but I bought it for these guys, right? So this, now that I'm looking at the back, it says Animal Rummy. And usually what people do with these is, I mean, they're really adorable little cards. Oh, they're so cute. And they like them for crafting or whatever. I don't really, look at these guys. These are really adorable. And what they typically do on Instagram is sell these. Oh my God, I haven't seen these before. And I really like them a lot. I'll have to ask some of my Instagram friends that specialize a little bit more in these things, what to do with these. Look at the Tuppy Tiger. So, but they'll sell these in lots of like maybe 5 cards each. You know, I've gotten cards similar to this before. Sometimes they stick them in as like a little thank you with a package. I've gotten them to sort of send off with my packages so that I could like sign on the back of them with my store name, and it's sort of cute instead of a business card. I haven't done it. I mean, I've bought them to do that, but I haven't done it yet. So anyway, but those are cute. And, you know, usually they'll do like 5 cards for $1 type of thing. So with a stack of cards like this, I should get a nice price. I don't know that I would sell the whole thing together. We'll see. The second thing I got, I didn't look it up really while I was in the store. I just thought it was cool. It's a Francoma mug, and it's for the Postal Service. So it was 75 cents. Ooh, let me see that. There we go. And that's like a relief raised thing. And then the back has all this stuff here. And I want to say these were going for typical mug prices, 10 to 15 bucks on eBay. I also thought like my post office is awesome. I have a very tiny post office. It's like 2 blocks up my street. One woman who works, it's only open 6 days a week. Well, of course, because that's what it's open. But like one of those days, it's like half a day. But Esther works there, and Esther's awesome. And she's super friendly. Before Esther, it was Ray. Ray was awesome too, but he got transferred to another location. So anyway, I thought if it didn't go for good money, I would just give it to Esther as a gift because it's cool. But we'll see. These things I thought were really cool. Let me get my tape off. So they were $1.50, 75% off of that. So whatever, $1.25-ish. Let me get the tape off. I got 3 of them. And I think a lot of you that do vintage are familiar with restaurant wear stuff. This is vitrified china, which is, I've heard similar terms before, vitrified, vitriol, one of those 2 terms. But it's a little Demi-Tasse. Look at how cute that is, right? Like that. And it's in green. They had 3 of the green and 1 gold. This is the logo on the bottom. There you go. I did not get the gold because it was a little beat up looking. I wish that they had 4 green. That would have been better, but whatever. But they're so cute. I love them. And they're nice and hefty. So that was really cool. So those were all of my quote unquote hard goods, as we say in the biz, that I got from Unique, like a Value Village Savers type of place. I know that I'm pretty sure Unique and Value Village are the same company. I don't know about Savers. I mean, whenever people show like tags and stuff, it all looks like the same company. I don't know why they'd have so many different names. But then I also got some clothing items from them, which are cute. And again, this was a little bit more, it was more vintage focused, sort of more Instagram kitschy type stuff. This was $3 after my discount. And it's a terry cloth thing. Look at that froggy. And the froggy is Froggy Pocket. Here, so cute, right? Other than the frog, I think this is pretty boring and whatever, but That's me. People like different things. And it's terry cloth and cozy, and so somebody may love that, right? I hope somebody loves it because I gotta sell it. So the next thing, this was also $3. And this is really cute. I love vintage lingerie. This is really simple, but it's a very buttery yellow. You can't really tell how yellow it is. I like the color is great. And it's very simple, but it's like very sort of structured, which I like. You know, that's sort of the lace trim. It's got some lace on the bottom. So it's very simple, but the color's very pretty, and the way that the bust is sort of structured is nice. So, and again, I'll sell this for, probably I'll stick it up on either Instagram for 15 shipped, or I'll put it on Etsy for something. We'll see. This one, oh, this was a pretty simple nightgown, also $3, but the bust is really pretty. So it's longish and the bottom is plain, but look how pretty that bust line is, right? So little buttons. So that's why I got that. Here's the tag. Love old tags. There we go. That's better. Aristocraft. So cool. So size 34. Most of the lingerie I find seems to be size 34 or 36 usually. This dress, you're not going to be able to tell this. Is it? Oh, that's all I got there. This dress is really beautiful. It had, so it's a black knit dress, like a sweater knit. And it was a little more expensive. It was $15, 25% off. So, I don't know, whatever, 25% off of 15, like $12-ish, something like that. I feel like there was a tag somewhere potentially, but it was not like a useful tag. And now I can't even find that. But it's long, full skirted. Right. Oh, there. Is that it? Yeah. So it says it's 100% cotton, made in Israel. Like, this is the tag. And it's like that papery kind of, why can't I make it? There we go. You know, papery kind of tag. It very well may be vintage, like 80s, 90s vintage, but if it fits me nicely, I'm just going to keep it because it's just, oh, that's right. It did have this thing in it too. Ronnie Rabel. So I didn't know, you know, that doesn't look super helpful, but it's a nice full skirt. But what I like about it is sort of the cut that I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see well. So, you know, it's got the semi-dolman sleeves, but the waist is like a different knit. So it's fitted. So the waist, the knit goes across this way, whereas the bust, it comes out more. So the lines are all, it looks like it would be sort of wide-necked dolman sleeves, fitted in the waist, and then a flared skirt, and it's long. So this is the type of thing that looks very good on my figure. I tend to be a little bottom heavy. Even when I'm, you know, a weight that I'm happy with, my bottom is just bigger than my top. So I like things that sort of fit at the waist and make my top look a little bit more balanced with the bottom. So that's what I got at Unique yesterday, and that was fun. And, you know, if the dress doesn't fit me well, I'll sell it, obviously. I also went to Salvation Army. It was a double store day, and most of this stuff is all just resale stuff. So it was fun. It was cute. This was $3. And it's a pretty little peasant blouse. It's Lucky brand. I like the embroidery. And I got it because I like the embroidery. It's a peasant blouse type, which is, you know, a popular style. It's Lucky brand. And it's a size large. So that's desirable. And the embroidery is consistent on the front and the back, which I always like. So I'll put that up for sale. I don't know if I'll do eBay or Poshmark. I've gotten a couple of easier things to throw up on Poshmark. But I don't know. So these are cute. I think they're going to be for me. These are Paul and Joe for Target, but it's just little silk boxer short guys, and they were cute. And they were $2. So that's the print. If you wanted to see it, they're pretty. Let's see, this was cool. Again, more ugly Christmas sweater stuff. This isn't so much ugly, it's just weird. But it's legit vintage. It's Woolrich. And so, let's see. There's her tag. Right, Woolrich. It was $5. And, you know, it's a nicely done ugly Christmas sweater, if you want to say that. And then the back of these little ski lift people. Like, it's cool. It's not like hideous ugly Christmas sweater. It's just weird and kitschy, and I like it. And it's wool, and it's Woolrich. It's a size medium, so I think that this will do well. I think it's a nicely done sweater. I like the figures on it and stuff. I don't know what that is up top though. Like, I can't tell. Is it like a soldier with a musket? I don't know what that is. That seems to not make sense, but whatever. That's okay. It's cute. And then, wow, it was a light day at both places, I guess. This is another Lucky brand. Lucky does well. This is a size extra small, which, you know, sort of the larger the better for Lucky. But this was a really embroidered sweatshirt, which I like. It's showing brown, but it's really like an olive green. The hood has some neat embroidery on it. The back is plain, boo. But, you know, and this was $6. So I definitely should be, oh, look at the pretty dove. I like that. I should definitely be able to do at least in the 18 to 20 range, but possibly up to like 40-ish. So we'll see. It's got really actually pretty cool. It's got Make Love Not War on there, and then the fish. So it's pretty cool. I like it. So that is my little haul. Not sure when I'm going to photograph those exactly. So these lovely things behind me, I've got a couple of dresses hanging here that I need to fold up and put away and inventory them. I'm going to try and do that kind of stuff today. And I have a whole bag of stuff that's like already folded up and put in my little plastic poly mailer things, and that just has to be put into totes and then assigned. And then I think when I'm done with my video here, I'm going to work on my daily goals. So I got my planner in the mail yesterday, which I did not show you guys. It is a weekly planner. What I found for me is I get my brain is very unstructured. So it doesn't always recognize, you know, you have all day to do this and you have this many hours to do that. And sometimes once I've left the house for anything over an hour, or even if it's just an hour, but that hour's in the middle of the day, like my brain thinks that that whole day has been taken now because we've got that hour, and especially depending on where it is. If it's earlier in the morning, if I'm home by like 10 a.m., I'm like, okay, I still have the whole day. But if I'm home at 3, the day's over in my brain. And I need to find ways to counteract that. So one thing is I was supposed to have an appointment today that got canceled. So I was happy that it got canceled because now I can feel like I'm doing my work, right? But had it not gotten canceled, I would have been out of the house from like 10:30 until probably about 2. And I would have felt like that took my whole day and it was gone. So having a weekly planner and being able to look at a week out, even if I did say, okay, Friday's gone because I've got that going on, I can still say, but Thursday's totally open, Wednesday's totally open, and then think out my days. And it just, I should be able to do that in my head, but it doesn't work out that way. So, you know, just accept it. And so this is my, it's basically, you know, whatever. It's a monthly calendar. Yeehaw. And then it gives you, oops, these pages are really thick. So I keep trying to like turn the page. And then you can do, this is showing December, but it doesn't matter. So then the next page of it is, this page is one little box per day, right? So you can sort of look at your week at a glance, but with a little more detail. And then it's got a weekly to-do list over here. And then on the back of each of these pages, it's got a nice little, I'm not on each of them, but it's got like a notes section on the bottom. So all of these are for weekly viewing and monthly. And then like on the back of your monthly view, there's like these overall giant note things or whatever, right? So that's cool. And it's a big fat book because it's for the whole year. So that's sort of my weekly planner. The other thing that I had gotten was a daily to-do list. And I have to adjust some of it, but it's just got all these nice little boxes that I think will help me. So let's see. This is all by Levenger, their Circa series, you know, whatever. It's all open dates. So it's got the date there, and then little top priorities for the day, email and call, which I would change to something else, appointments, and workout. Haha, definitely changing that to something else. Little open box down here, a list, breakfast, lunch, dinner, hydration, that'll be useful. And this was goals to do, whatever. And the back of the page is just blank. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to sort of reassign some of those categories. The breakfast, lunch, and dinner and the hydration thing is good. The little goals to do and the list, they have like 2 little lists things. That's nice. My top priorities. I think on here, I'm going to have to divide it up. You know, what types of social media efforts do I want to make every day? How many items do I want to list every day? I have a separate thing for my sales, my daily sales. And let me see, hold on. I have an old one because I haven't done them in a long time. I do, sort of. So this one's messy and I've gotten like food on it, and it's not even completed. Because I used to do these all the time. And then from like September on, I hadn't done them, and I keep trying to say like, get back into it. But I would do, and this I got from Crystal at Go Plethora. This is her method. So I had, you know, goals, my daily, this is for daily sales, how much money, how many items I list per day, right? So those are my goals. So right now I had started off January wanting to do $200 in sales per day, not profit, just this straight sales, and listing 25 items a day. I've learned that 25 items is not very realistic for me. I'm still keeping it as a goal, but I'm allowing myself to work up to that. And then I would keep track of what items I listed: Instagram, Facebook, Poshmark, Etsy, eBay. Etsy and eBay are my primary listing sites, which is why the other 3 get lumped together because I almost never list on those. And then I have a list over here of what sold and how much they sold for and what platform they sold on, right? And then I use like the bottom for some other various things, like what do I have to ship that day, order boxes from the post office, drop things off at the dry cleaner, whatever, right? So I'm wondering if I don't think I have something at the dry cleaner right now. I'm looking at this going, wait, did I drop those off at the dry cleaner? I don't know where they are. So I don't know if I dropped them off. I don't think I did. Anyway, but this is my daily goals. So what I sell, what I list is going to be listed here. So it does not have to be my daily to-do list. But, you know, there's all these other things that I want to have in my list. Like, you know, I need to start somewhere keeping track of what I spent per day on sourcing, because I need to look at it on a daily basis to keep myself in check. I have other sort of household tasks that I think I have to start making a regular schedule for. You know, laundry day and crap like that. I don't know, some things like that. So, and then scheduling specifically, when am I going to photograph? When am I going to list? When am I going to do a video? You know, all that kind of stuff. So I want to use my planner to sort of help me lay that out. So we'll see how that goes. So now I'm going to get to work on sort of figuring out my plan. I am going to go to the laundromat today. That'll be fun times. I have some chenille blankets that I have to get washed that I was soaking them. If you are into vintage, you know that sometimes you buy some stuff that's just nasty. And there's times now where I won't buy things that are too disgusting because I know my capacity for dealing with that. It's like, how much work do you want to put into it versus what you're going to get out of it? Sometimes you pick stuff up and you don't realize how gross it is. So, you know, these blankets were, I did them in another haul video. They're chenille blankets. They're like a kid's, like a baseball themed chenille blanket. They're cute. And they were filthy. And I had them soak in the bathtub 3 times, I think. And so finally the third time, the bathtub water was not the same gross brown color as the blankets were. So I was like, okay, I guess the blankets are actually brown. I wasn't really sure after the first soak. The water was so disgusting. But the water didn't get gross. So I'm going to actually take them to the laundromat and put them through the washing machine. I didn't want to put them through when they're just filthy, because you're basically just swirling filthy water. You know, there's a certain degree to which you have to get some of that shit out before you put it in the washing machine. So I'll do that a little bit later. But for right now, I'm going to work on my goals and then start putting away some inventory. And then once I'm done with that, see if I can get some listing done. You know, I really just need to focus on making a more feasible workspace for myself so that I'm more motivated to list and work. So that's what I'm going to do today. I hope that you guys are all having a great day and a great weekend if you're sourcing or going to estate sales, or, you know, I wish we could do, I don't do garage sales too frequently just because I haven't gotten into it. And it's winter now, so I'm in New Jersey. We don't really do the garage sale thing in the winter. But I know some of you are living in a little bit more luxurious weather than I do, so maybe you're having garage sales, estate sales, etc. So I hope you enjoy those. I will see you all later.